Anda masih bersama kami di Presisi Pagi. Pemirsa, kita ke informasi mancanegara. Upaya perdagangan nikel Indonesia ke Amerika Serikat menghadapi tantangan baru. Presiden Amerika Serikat Donald Trump ingin membatalkan insentif mobil listrik yang dibuat pemerintahan sebelumnya. Tanpa insentif, apakah industri mobil listrik Amerika Serikat masih melirik nikel Indonesia? Berikut laporan Rio Tuasikal dari VOA.
Pada pidato pertamanya usai dilantik, Presiden AS Donald Trump mengatakan akan mengakhiri regulasi hijau era Joe Biden.
With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate.
Pada era presiden sebelumnya, Amerika meloloskan Undang-Undang Pengurangan Inflasi AS atau Inflation Reduction Act yang memuat subsidi pembelian mobil listrik. Namun Trump bertekad membatalkannya. Pada hari pertama menjabat, dia mencabut peraturan turunan dari undang-undang itu. Sementara pembatalan keseluruhan undang-undang tetap harus lewat Kongres AS.
So he would have to go back to Congress, ask them to repeal part of the IRA, and then sign that bill into law. And I think really right now, because the Republicans have such a slim majority in both houses of the Congress, controversial things are going to be really difficult to do.
Meski Partai Republik pendukung Trump juga menguasai DPR dan Senat, mereka belum tentu satu suara, karena banyak wilayah yang mereka kuasai justru mendapat banyak kucuran proyek dari undang-undang tersebut.
The president's standpoint, it's something he's liked to criticize in the past, and despite some concern from some people about previous statements about repealing the IRA, I don't think it's really going to be possible because too many people are benefiting from it, even within his own party.
Menurut analis, sebagian undang-undang itu mungkin akan bertahan.
And if you were to ask me to sort of rank them, I think that the most obvious place that there are likely to be cuts related to the Inflation Reduction Act will be on the consumer sides.
Insentif bagi kendaraan listrik di Amerika Serikat ini menjadi salah satu dorongan bagi Indonesia untuk menjual nikelnya ke pasar Amerika. Sejak tahun 2022, Indonesia terus mendorong tercapainya perjanjian dagang bebas terbatas khusus mineral kritis atau Critical Mineral Limited Free Trade Agreement. Menurut pengamat, kalaupun subsidi dicabut, Indonesia tetap tertarik menjual nikelnya ke Amerika.
Dan setelah Cina, pertumbuhan kendaraan listrik pasti akan ada di Amerika, yang berarti pasti akan banyak usaha dari pemerintah untuk membuat jembatan untuk bisa memuluskan masuknya nikel Indonesia ke Amerika Serikat. Di sisi lain juga kita lihat ada beberapa pergerakan di mana ada perusahaan-perusahaan yang mencoba menurunkan Chinese ownership-nya ya, di dalam kepemilikan sahamnya.
Namun perjanjian perdagangan semakin kecil kemungkinannya justru karena faktor lain.
To join and be accepted into the BRICS coalition makes it much less likely that the United States is going to be interested in partnering with it on this basis.
Donald Trump sendiri telah mengancam tarif bila BRICS beralih dari dolar. Sementara Menlu pilihan Trump, Marco Rubio, juga selama ini menjadi kritikus keras terhadap BRICS. Dari Washington DC, Rio Tuasikal, VOA.
Penjualan TV di Amerika Serikat seperti juga penjualan smartphone beberapa tahun terakhir relatif stagnan. Pengguna umumnya semakin jarang memperbarui barang elektronik, terutama karena tak melihat perubahan signifikan dalam generasi terkini produk tersebut. Tapi teknologi kecerdasan buatan bisa mengubah ini. Berikut laporan Nova Purwadi dari VOA.
Produsen elektronik Korea Selatan, LG, meluncurkan TV transparan nirkabel dengan fungsi ganda.
You can see it's in transparency mode right now, right behind me. But as soon as I press the button, you can see the black screen raise, and it turns into a traditional OLED TV. And so when you're watching movies on Netflix or watching TV shows, this is how you would enjoy it.
Satu fitur baru yang juga disertakan adalah chatbot berbasis kecerdasan buatan atau AI yang responsif terhadap perintah dan pertanyaan lisan.
AI chatbot is our kind of way of trying to help the user resolve issues quickly. And so typically consumers, when they had the issue, they would call customer service. hang on the line for 10-15 minutes, and finally when they get a hold of someone, they would ask a question. So it was a pretty tedious process. But now we know what the most commonly asked questions are working with the customer service department, whether that's how do I connect to the internet or how do I connect peripheral devices. So we input all of that information into the TV, so now the user can quickly resolve issues on their own without having to rely on customer service.
AI juga menjadi salah satu fitur andalan bagi produsen Korea Selatan lainnya, Samsung.
Vision AI for us, it's really about being a companion for you and not just having a TV to watch. It's really about how the TV and the screen can be personalized and incorporated into your everyday life. We have so many features that we're building into our TVs that can actually help your day-to-day. For example, we have Samsung Food that can recommend recipes.
Bila melihat adegan makan malam misalnya, pengguna bisa menanyakan apa makanan yang dihidangkan, lalu mencari resepnya.
Sebelumnya, produsen smartphone juga berlomba-lomba mengembangkan fitur baru berbasis kecerdasan buatan. Dan ini sekarang sedang dikembangkan untuk televisi, terutama televisi yang bisa menjadi pusat kendali bagi sebuah rumah pintar.
One thing is clear from the companies who are creating the AI technology is it needs to be holistic across many different platforms, many different devices. It has to learn about you, and it can only do that if it's interacting with you in multiple places.
Beragam fitur ini bisa mendongkrak kembali penjualan TV.
One of the things that we in the US and North America and broadly have been struggling with is a lot of people bought tech products during the pandemic, and they don't replace those products every single year. So we've seen declining sales in the US in particular for the past 3 years. 2025 is the year we think that turns around, and we're actually forecasting a return to growth, and that's because consumers are starting to replace those tech products that they purchased during the pandemic.
Satu kendala bagi penjualan, TV berbasis AI tercanggih masih berharga premium. Dari Washington DC, Nova Purwadi dan tim VOA.
Tetaplah bersama kami, Presisi Pagi akan segera kembali.